Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. My name again is Jeffrey Davis. I am the host of Radio Entrepreneurs, also CEO of Mage LLC, working with organizations since 1985, over 700 organizations. Our next guest, looking forward to it, quite a resume, I'd have to say. We'll see if you can measure up to what I've read already. Alex Kinnier, co-founder and CEO of Upside. Well, let's take it up, and away, Alex.
All right, Jeff.
So tell us about first Upside. What is it?
Upside is a digital layer that makes brick and mortar commerce more economically efficient. So what does that mean?
Right.
We reach over 30 million consumers through our app and our partner apps. Consumers use our app or through our partner apps to save money on gas, groceries, restaurants, C-store items, home improvement items. And on the other side, the brick and mortar retailers, there's 100,000 of them on the platform, earn more profit. And those brick and mortar merchants are gas stations, grocery stores, C-stores, home improvement, restaurants.
So I understand how you're facilitating commerce, or at least I think I do. Mm-hmm. How do you make your revenue?
So when we drive incremental profit to a retailer on the platform, we earn a cut of that incremental profit. So we have to prove to them that the profit that we're driving to them is incremental, meaning they wouldn't have gotten it without us. And when we prove that to them, we get a small cut of it.
You know, some of the affinity credit card companies used to do that a lot in the old days. Maybe they still do today. It sounds like the similar model. Just because I like to talk about Rocky J. Squirrel, and let's get in the Wayback Machine. Why don't you give me your career sort of trajectory into Upside so I get a sense of who you are?
Sure thing. Career background, chemical engineer, picked up an MBA, had the two real key work experiences in my life. One was at Procter & Gamble, where I learned a lot about creating products for consumers and how brick and mortar commerce works. And then the second one was at Google, where I saw the power of personalization and data. At Google, they use data to personalize every experience you have online. And there's the chief economist of Google. His name is Hal Varian. He has economic theories he writes about where this personalization makes online commerce more economically efficient, meaning every single interaction is being personalized, measured, and then optimized so that you get more value out of that interaction, and so does the retailer. And so it was while I was at Google that I looked out at the brick and mortar world and saw how every experience you have is static. And that static interaction, meaning you walk into, Jeff, you and I walk into a retailer, it's the same pricing for us. It's the same curation. The stores, the shelves are set exactly the same. And based off of Hal's economic theories, that's inefficient both for the retailer and for us. And so that's where Upside was born out of.
You're an entrepreneur. Did you always know you were going to be an entrepreneur? I mean, you don't have that. Well, you do the Harvard Business School, but you have, the chemical engineering, and you worked at Google. Did Google help seed your entrepreneurial thoughts?
So I actually think it was seeded at Procter & Gamble. So, sometimes in life you get a little bit lucky. And I had a mentor at Procter & Gamble who placed me in their new business development group. So it was a group that was creating new products.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah. And these products, it took years for them to develop. And so the product I was put on was called Febreze. And when I arrived, it had been in test market, the lab and test market for close to 10 years. And they were just figuring out how to get it out into market. And so, being part of that smaller team, being more agile, being to test things, see what worked, see what didn't work, learn and optimize, it just really resonated with me. And I just sought out those experiences from there. I always wanted to go out and do it on my own, but the fact of the matter is like, I didn't have a lot of resources. And so in my mind, there was just some things I needed to get, I needed to learn, I needed to get things in place so that when I was ready, I wanted to go after an idea that would be big enough that it would be worth it. When I say worth it, like it would make a meaningful difference in the world. So it was worth my time. And and then I was kind of searching for that, which took me to Upside.
I love altruistic marketing. It's always been a favorite of mine. Uh, a lot of technology changes going on. I think everybody sort of drops the term AI. Are there disruptors that, have your attention that you think are going to change the industry a lot in the next two or 3 years, 4 years?
For sure. So, we work in brick and mortar commerce, and I personally believe that there's an important place for that, right? I'm not anti-delivery. There's things that get delivered to my door that make my life a lot better, but I also want to be able to interact with other people. And brick and mortar commerce is what makes our towns and our cities and our communities so special. And there is a lot of technological disruption there. In grocery, I can think of many different things. And so these technology companies are, these incredible pillars of our communities. Like I'll pick grocery stores, right? Because they provide such a clear benefit to us. They have a business model that has been around for hundreds of years, and many times the local favorites that we have been in families for many generations, and so they are constantly struggling between the business model, which is so valued to everyone in the community, and what do we adopt to make it better. Upside is one of those. There's others that I saw the coolest thing recently. It's where you have a shopping list, and as you enter the aisle, your color light appears next to all the items on your list, so you can just go down and pick it up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so it's technologies like this.
Thank God that doesn't happen to me in a drugstore with all the prescriptions I have.
I think those are actually probably behind the counter. But yes.
Just making a joke. Sorry. Better living through science.
Through science, that is correct.
I don't want to stop you. All the lights are going on in the grocery store as
no, I was just giving an example.
I go grocery shopping all the time. I grew up in a food distribution family business. So my favorite pastime is walking through consumer product stores and studying the products and studying how marketing is happening different every day. It's amazing.
100%. So, I think these merchants, which are core to our communities, are working through how do they maintain this extraordinary value, this service that they provide that keeps their communities going, and at the same time, which technologies will actually enhance the experience of their consumers and ultimately make them earn more profit so that they can invest back into their businesses.
Can I just a question one way you said it?
Yeah.
You say enhance, the purchasing experience. Isn't it about making it easier for people so that they don't have to think also?
Enhance versus easy.
People want to make their life easier. They want less stress. Their brains strive for less stress. I'm going to talk as a marketer now for a second. So anything that makes life easier and lowers our need to think and process it is what a lot of people strive for.
So I think that's one really critical. So first of all, I agree with everything you're saying. I think it is a critical element of it. The other element is that it's to me, it's a combination of ease and having the information you need to make the right decision for you, or be led to the decision that is right for you.
Okay. I find it all very interesting. I don't know if I can twist your arm and get you to come back to Radio Entrepreneurs again and talk to us more about this whole field. I think it's so dynamic. The world that I started in with food products, grocery products, barely exist anymore. I feel that there's a
Hmm.
economic change and distribution change that's going on that's making it so that the world that we knew and how it worked it will not exist anymore. The regional owners of some of these small distribution companies, it's a disruptive industry. And maybe you agree, disagree, we can talk about it, but I hope you come back and we do talk about these things because I find it very intriguing. I do a lot of work in this area.